I think it's a great job that PCB has done a few changes. Irrespective of that, something that needed to be done. I think Pakistan went into this World Cup as favorites. Obviously, we thought that most of the nation thought, and even like the cricketers thought that they're probably going to win it. But obviously, unfortunate events happen, and sometimes, due to, scheduling or whatever you name it, whatever reason that might be, that needed to be addressed. And that is something that PCB has kind of looked into it, and they have made those changes and brought back some of those key features that actually help Pakistan actually win the trophies.
Particularly when you talk about this Asia Cup, Pakistan's calendar is packed right now. So 22nd, 24th, 26th, they face Afghanistan. On the 30th, the Asia Cup starts. They've got a couple of games, a number of games there, and then they move on to the World Cup. How are you eyeing this World Cup as a practice towards, that you can particularly get from the Asia Cup and this Afghanistan series?
Well, I think particularly how Asia Cup is specifically happening right before it, I think it's a very great challenge that Pakistan should be facing in terms of not just team selection, but also by adapting to the, the conditions of the pitches and everything. And I think that in terms of going towards the World Cup, I think Asia Cup is going to be an eye-opener in terms of every way to really see us, make us believe through the fact that if we should make changes to our team or not. So I think that should be one of the basic things that Pakistan could be.
Are you so far satisfied with the team that has been announced for Afghanistan series in the Asia Cup?
I really think that this is a key moment for us to really find if we could be finding that if it is suitable for us to go into the World Cup with that team or not. And Asia Cup, and with all these, as like you said, how the calendars are intensely packed, I think this could be a key defining moment if the players' staminas are up to the mark, if they could improve their work rates, if they are requiring to be more efficient in terms of performing well. Like the last time, how in the Asia Cup, Naseem Shah, he got tired and he couldn't work up to the work rate according to that. So we could be seeing that from time to time if the players are actually fit or not.
Definitely. That is a particular case. Do you agree that because overall this discussion of our fast bowlers lacking that ability in the death overs has really cost us a couple of tournaments in the recent past as well?
100%. I believe that death overs are kind of really, really crucial. And in terms of, as Brother Asif was saying, that Imad Wasim should be included, particularly in the terms of replacing an all-rounder in, let's say, Mohammad Nawaz, for example. I think it's always been tradition in terms of Pakistani cricket. Let's before really kick them out of the team, they tend to give them one final chance to make a comeback. And that's like the final nail in the coffin. If they go well through with it, they go well through with it. Otherwise, the next option is due. Imad Wasim has been taking his chances, but let's say in this recent PSL tournament, he made a comeback. He did come back to the international team once again, but obviously wasn't up to the mark. So it's possibly this Asia Cup is just vetting and preparation for, in my mind, is specifically PCB's targeting for the World Cup. And I see it how it is. I really believe if Mohammad Nawaz really performs well, I think we'd probably be seeing both of them going into the World Cup squad.
Well, I would second to everything Usman just said. It was remarkable the way Pakistan started their bowling attack. There was conviction. Shaheen Shah Afridi was bowling right on the length. There was few improvements throughout the tournament that we've seen. Even in the last match against South Africa, Pakistan was really good in the field. There was intent, and there was definitely everything that we really wanted to see, especially in this match. So coming through this tournament, I think Pakistan is getting back in form. They've been out of touch. It's been like suffering big defeats, especially against Afghanistan and Australia. But Pakistan is coming back to the momentum, and I really, really hope that Pakistan goes into the semis. We really want to hope Pakistan see and win the World Cup as well.
100%. I think most certainly the way that Australia came back into this tournament actually makes them to be deserving in the finals. And most importantly, all aspects regarding India's, we just wanted to see a weakness in any of the departments in the Indian team, but we just couldn't. And we were probably waiting, okay, this is going to be that point, okay, so now they're down to they're more out, so probably the game is just going to be on the losing end for India's side, but they made a comeback. The middle order proved to be a good, department as well. So, like I said, the failures were overcame with, contingency plan and just how beautiful the team that has, created over the period of a very long time, and that system has actually worked. But besides all of that, besides all of the modern cricket coming in, I was actually having a blast from the past in the match that we saw yesterday. It was just like the other World Cup games. How like the low scoring totals. Ahmed, what do you think? Kind of reminded you of the old World Cup days?
Yeah, I think South Africa, deja vu all over again for them, unfortunately. But obviously, Australia, I think the first 6 overs that they batted really defined the game for them.
Fair enough. Like that's the modern cricket for you guys, and understanding like how South Africa got back themselves into the game after the first wicket of Warner fell, and that team morale just eventually shifted. They wanted that World Cup, even though they knew that it's far gone, and the score is pretty much 40-50 off course. I believe personally, if they had like 40-50 more runs, this game could have been on the either side. Probably South Africa would have taken it, but essentially the way that Australia has been playing, firstly, they're on a winning momentum back to back. So, and the winning mentality just keeps you with it. South Africa, on the other hand, they lost to India, so they're not as much, on a winning mentality, and they should have been. And especially after the Afghanistan match, I mean, sure, Afghanistan played wonderful cricket, but the way that Afghanistan was given those chances and those mistakes were made by the South African team kind of really showed that they're going to be weak against Australia. My bet was on South Africa to win, not in the money monetization bet, but like just saying, I was thinking that the South Africa team is going to win again, given that they've defeated Australia numerous times, so they know their weaknesses. But guess what? Australia came up and actually had covered up those contingencies and then compensated for those mistakes, and they came back as a better side. So yeah, I mean, final is going to be great. Two of the mightiest, the best teams in the World Cup right now are going to face, and that is how it should have been. There's no surprises, no element of course of nature, just pure great cricket.